the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 line is super epic and it comes in two different versions. You get the Samsung Galaxy Note 10, which is the base model, and then the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which is the more premium model. But there are some big differences between these two devices, and you may find you like the one more than you like the other. So that is what I'm going to cover in this video. So guys, let's get into it. So the first thing I wanted to start off with was one of the biggest visual differences between the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus, and that is of course the size. So as you can see here, these are the exact dimensions of each device, and the Note 10 is considerably smaller. The screen size is 6.3 inches, and then on the Note 10 Plus is 6.8 inches. In the hand, they both feel great, of course, but I will say the Note 10 Plus is definitely bordering on that phablet vibe, where the Note 10 actually fits a lot more comfortably, and although it is smaller, it still has such a great display because those bezels are super thin. So in my opinion, you're not losing out that much. Other than the screen size being different, it's still the same thickness. The buttons, ports, SIM slot, mics, all of that are still the exact same size, and so are the S Pens, which actually surprised me quite a lot. I did think the Note 10 S Pen was going to be smaller, but they're the same, so they're easy to replace, which is awesome. Now, I know we just touched on the actual physical size of these as well as the screen, but the next biggest difference between these two devices is definitely the display. So on the Note 10, we have what is called a Full HD Plus display, and then on the Note 10 Plus, we have a Quad HD Plus display. A lot of pluses, I know, but at the end of the day, what that basically means is the Note 10 Plus is going to have a lot more pixels, so you're going to have a much more crisper, sharper look. However, in my opinion, I still feel like the display on the Note 10 is perfect, and to the human eye, you barely even notice the difference. They are also, of course, still AMOLED displays, so the colors are going to be super vibrant, the blacks are going to be super black, and if playing games is your jam, then the Note 10 Plus is definitely going to be better because, of course, graphics are going to look amazing, screen's going to be much bigger, but I still dig the look on both these devices, and I think you guys would too. One of the biggest differences about these two devices is definitely the storage space and the expandable storage. So the Note 10 has 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of onboard storage, which is pretty good and quite a lot. Then the Note 10 Plus has 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of onboard storage, and you can expand up to 1 terabyte of additional storage with an SD card. But the Note 10 does not allow for the addition of extra storage, which of course is unfortunate, but it's just one of those things. The Note 10 Plus does allow you to pop in an SD card, but if you want, you can choose to have 2 SIM cards in either of these devices. So the Note 10 is a dual SIM option, the Note 10 Plus as well. However, if you want to get rid of that second SIM card, you can replace it with an SD card. At the end of the day, it is a bit of a pity that you can't put an additional SD card in the Note 10, but 256 gigs is still great. Then chatting about the battery and charging, of course, something that is super important when it comes to smartphones. So the Note 10 has a 3,500 mAh battery, and the Note 10 Plus has a 4,300 mAh battery. So definitely a huge difference. Then they both offer fast charging, but the Note 10 Plus has the capability of 45-watt charging, which is so crazy, especially because we use our smartphones so much these days. And an important thing to remember is the Note 10 line still has to keep the S Pen charged and ready to go at all times, so being able to just quickly plug in, charge your device and go is awesome. So while the Note 10 battery is smaller than the Note 10 Pluses, you must remember that the display is different and the Note 10 Plus has to power a lot more pixels and obviously needs that bigger battery. Throughout the day, I'd also say they last roughly the same because, again, the battery is just complementing the screen size, so there's no clear winner, if that makes sense. But either way, you're going to get a good day's use out of these devices, and what more can we ask for? Then chatting about one of my favorite parts, the cameras. Interestingly, the cameras or lenses are exactly the same on both the devices. So you'll find a 16 megapixel ultra wide, 12 megapixel wide angle, and 12 megapixel telephoto on both the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. But if you look closely on the back of the Note 10, they do not have any depth sensors. But surprisingly, it doesn't lack in very many features. Then on the front of the devices, they both have the exact same little cutout at the front, which is the 10 megapixel selfie camera, and it allows you to do the exact same things on both devices. So AR Doodle is available on the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. This is such a fun little quirky feature to play around with, but then on the back, although we're lacking the depth sensor on the Note 10, you still have access to many awesome features like live focus video mode, but just not 3D scanning or quick measure. So my Note 10 is in the Aura Black color and my Note 10 Plus is in the Aura Glow color. And I have to say both of these colors are really appealing. They both give off a high premium finish, but the Aura Glow is probably the most popular. So you can get both these devices in either of these colors as well as Aura White. But if color is a big thing for you, you can still get the Note 10 in Aura Pink and Aura Red, or the Note 10 Plus in Aura Blue, but unfortunately not the other way around. So which color are you gonna pick? So for all my homies living in South Africa where I live, you can pick up the Note 10 for roughly 20,000 Rand, which equivalates to $949, or you can pick up the Note 10 Plus for 23,000 Rand, roughly $1,099. Which, yes, let's not lie guys, these are pretty premium prices, but you are getting premium devices. Samsung, for lack of a better word, were pretty smart with their pricing because for just a little bit extra, you are getting a lot more with the Note 10 Plus, in my opinion, such as the display, obviously the expandable memory, the battery, and all that jazz, and it's just more tempting to go with that than the Note 10. So there are definitely some differences between these two devices, and if you want to buy one of these phones, then definitely take into consideration size, storage space, and of course price. The Note 10 seems like it's for someone who wants all the capabilities of the S Pen but in a slick, compact form factor, while the Note 10 Plus is for someone who wants a beast of a smartphone with all the bells and whistles. But I definitely like both of these phones, let's not lie. Let me know down in the comments if you prefer the Note 10 or the Note 10 Plus. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, or you can check out some of my other Samsung videos right over here, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!